With rejection as a writer is to remember that it happens to literally everyone. Everyone's been there. I got rejected from a lot of jobs. I haven't been rejected from a job lately, but I mean, I went through a phase where I was rejected a lot, and I remember like sending like literally 60 applications, emails, like DMs, and like no one would get back to me. So you're not the first person. You're not the only person to feel like this. And it's kind of just what you go through. The same thing when you're a new nurse and no one wants you because you don't have the experience. Just remembering that you're not alone and that this isn't an individual experience makes it a lot better for a lot of people. And to remember that if you keep going, there's a ton of profit on the other side of that margin. The next way to handle rejection as a medical writer is to know that it won't happen forever. This is tough. Like I said, I see a lot of new writers get really frustrated and they want to leave and they're done with it. And, they've had rejection after rejection, but they'll have rejection from like 5 emails and maybe 3 of them reject them. And I'll have to remind them, hey, I was sending out like 60 emails for like 4 weeks straight at a time for like 3 months, and everyone, like, no, not a lot of people are getting back to me. So it's helpful to remember that it won't happen forever, and this is just a phase. And that phase might not even be as bad as mine was. I know some people that got jobs right away too, so it is very individualized too. I think it depends on how good you are marketing yourself, what your niche is, if you understand where your editors are hanging out, and how good your approach is, and if you've taken a course that can help you. I didn't take a course. I was just doing everything by myself and figuring everything out myself. So I think a lot of people have different reactions and different like spans of time that this can happen to, because everyone's individualized with their approach. Just know that it won't happen forever. The next way to handle rejection as a nurse writer is to tweak your stuff if it keeps happening. If you're sending out a cold email and you're getting no responses ever, what does your subject email look like? What does your body email look like? What's your call to action in that? How's your portfolio look? Is it a good portfolio? Are you reaching out to the right people? So if you're just, sending things into the abyss and you're not getting anything back, take a second to reflect. See if anything's going wrong there. Because if you're being super ineffective in your approach, you're gonna get rejected. It makes sense. So I also always implore people to look at their approach and make tweaks, and always see if they can better what they're doing, and if there's small changes that they can make that can bring about big changes. Because I found that a lot of the time it's these very little things that you can do to really reap the benefits on that. Another way to handle rejection as a writer is to look on different platforms. So if you're always on Upwork and you're not getting work on Upwork and you're frustrated and you've run out of tokens and you're, getting outbid left and right, or you're just talking to scammers all the time, look at your approach. Where are you hanging out? And see where other people are getting jobs, and if there's anything else you can do differently for where you're finding jobs. I find that some people do really well on one particular path than another, and I tell them to lean into that all the time. So I think it is a very individualized choice for a lot of people. And if you find a lot of success in one area, you should double down on it. And if you're not succeeding at all on a platform and you've looked at your approach and your portfolio is solid and you've reached out to a mentor and they give you an okay, go on a different platform. Find a different method to find clients and see if that's more successful. And a lot of the time it will be. I think it really helps to work with someone who has been down there before, because you'll get much faster results. Another way to handle rejection as a writer is to take the Writing Academy course. I've been there. I understand it. And I made a course to help you get where I am faster. Which means less rejection as a medical writer. Will you still face rejection? Of course, we all have. But hopefully you won't be stalled for months or just give up like some of the other writers that I know. So if you feel like you're halted, you're not quite sure what to do, I have tons of resources for you. You can find them at willowbarkwriting.com. You can also like, subscribe, and follow for more information. Bye.